My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
I am not a Bachelor fan. I don't think I've ever seen a Bachelor. I was really interested in the idea of Golden Bachelor. Never did. It never jumped on board. I don't know why. I don't know. The idea, it's giving too many flashbacks of Brett Michaels and
Flavor of Love. It's
Flavor of Love.
But you know what? The Bachelor was first.
I know, but
they're the OG.
I never watched it. And so I don't know. It's so weird to me because it's like you're trying to make a connection with a person out of so many other people and everybody's on their best behavior for the most part. And so it's like, how do you know if you're truly...
Well,
it's weird. It's
I think
weird
the Bachelor
competition
has really evolved. First of all, this is your Shorty episode for the month of June, by the way.
Yeah. It will say that. So,
I think it's evolved. I didn't get into The Bachelor until there was like a grip of years where I watched like every season of The Bachelor, and I see why it grabs people. Like those producers do know what they're doing, like in terms of getting you interested in the show and keeping you watching. But the first seasons of The Bachelor, whenever I see clips of them, I didn't watch those first seasons. I was too young to, but they have a very different feeling because I think it was more, we were new to reality TV. I think it was more genuine in a lot of ways.
And, we were new to social media too. And that a lot of these later seasons feel like people are just trying to soft launch an influencer.
They are. Yeah, that's definitely what it feels like. And also, you know that they don't necessarily need to find love because they can go on Bachelor in Paradise that summer. If you don't, quote unquote, win The Bachelor, there are so many more opportunities for you to get on TV, right? So there's all of that as well. And the first season of The Bachelor and the first season of Bachelorette, like, predated social media. It was so early. And I think that The Bachelorette, the very first Bachelorette, is still married to the guy that she married from
It makes me think of Lauren and Cameron from the first season of Love is Blind.
Yes, before things went completely off the rails.
They'll never, ever be able to replicate that.
Yeah. That was lightning in a bottle. That was true love. I saw clips on TikTok this week, obviously, because congratulations, they did announce their pregnancy.
Oh my God, that baby is going to be so cute.
I know. It's just like when you are able to watch like a true love match, it's magic. It's absolutely magic. And so they're showing clips of like the first time they saw each other after the pods. And I swear to God, like that is the relationship that you want to look for.
Can I just say, she is like so stunning.
Yes.
She is so pretty. Like, she's one of those people that I look at them and I'm like, kind of like when we were watching Bodyguard, when you like look at someone's face and you're like, your face doesn't look like, do you have a filter on or something? Like your face doesn't look
too
real,
perfect.
you know? Yeah. And then he's got that, his energy is so, and the way he looks at her.
Golden retriever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he literally started running towards her and then was like, that's too weird. That just was fast. It's so cute. But
it's the cutest.
That is what I've always felt like. So that's really the only kind of love reality show that I've watched in entirety was Love is Blind season 1, which was a wild experience. And it was magic. But I always felt like I never watched The Bachelor for that same reason, Keegan, is that it just always felt really contrived. It didn't feel like there's a real love story. And the fact that it's a bunch of girls chasing one guy or vice versa was just like, ick.
It's a weird competition made out of love.
It's very
so
weird. And then
weird.
they make them go on these, like at some point during the show, they make them go on like threesome dates where it's just well, when you get towards the end, then it's like you got to go meet the family, and that would be so awkward. Like if your brother came home and he's like, here's my girlfriend who's also dating
that would be weird anyway, Christina. So.
Yeah, that would be shocking for me for a number of reasons.
For a number of reasons.
Yeah. No, but I can honestly say, like, my parents, if I had pulled that bullshit on them, they would have been unamused.
I do have to say, you guys should watch. I'm sure someone out there has made a compilation of the hometowns because the variety of responses you get, especially from the dads who are just like, ugh.
Yeah. What the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah, why? What's happening?
Truly.
And then they're being like directed by producers to like ask questions. Like,
oh God.
Oh, it's awful.
It would be my dad's nightmare. He would do everything in his power to absolutely fuck it up. He'd be like, what could I say that would be the most inappropriate thing? Like,
how do I get cut out of this show?
Also, I wonder if that's part of the casting process because I'm like, you can't put my dad on TV. Like, you can't put him on TV. No.
No. Same.
Say some
same.
absolutely off the wall shit that ABC's not ready for. Okay.
No.
I will say though, my mom is built for reality television.
Yes,
she is.
Your mom is. Yeah.
She would be a breakout star for sure.
Uh-huh.
I think in some ways my mom might be as well. I think Roxana was built for the limelight. She's a bit dramatic. She's also an Aries. So.
I was going to say you've got 2 Aries moms here.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a Leo mom.
3 Aries. Oh, no, yours is Leo, right?
Yeah, we got fire sign mamas all the way around. Mm-hmm.
All the way around.
Mm-hmm.
All that fire. And then wait, isn't your dad's in Aries, right? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it was intense in my house. And then I have one brother that's an Aries, one brother that's a Leo, and then it's just me and my Aquarius sibling just rocking it out. You know what I mean? Like holding it down.
Thoughts and prayers. So much smoke up in the house.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I brought this up is because I shared with you, because again, I don't watch it, but it came up on my FYP. I can only assume it's because of Keegan.
Probably,
reality show something or other. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Keegan. But this knocked my fucking socks off. I don't even know what season it's from. I don't know the contestants' names. I just know that they're probably doing some kind of, they're on a date. I don't know if it's like a hometown date or what kind of date, but they go to, he's like so stoked. He's going to shock her. They're going to go to a personal concert.
Which they do on that show. They do that a lot. And in fact, like, because it's promo for the artist, right? So they do that all the time. And sometimes, to me, it's almost, I don't know what's worse, because this one that you're about to talk about, in this situation, this was worse because it was surrounded by people. But they've also had private concerts where it's literally like them just like eating dinner at a sweetheart table. And then like the person or the band just playing at them.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is so weird.
That's worse. That's worse. This was pretty fucking bad though.
It's bad.
So sorry, I'm like losing my voice. So they go see Chase Rice, who is apparently a country singer. I've definitely never heard of him. They rock up to this quote unquote concert, about 40 people in the audience, right?
God.
It's outside.
Her body language, just like,
it's giving state fair. She immediately tenses up. You don't really know why, except that when you find out that that's her ex-fucking boyfriend that she broke up right before she went to the show. So he's singing a fucking song and looking directly at them while they're dancing.
It's so awkward.
Entire time.
It's so, and the producers, make them do that. Like, because everybody else is sitting down, and those two, because they're trying to create like a magic moment. So they have them standing, like dancing. He's like, poor bachelor guy is like oblivious. So he's twirling her around. He's holding her tight. And meanwhile, like, these two people, Chase and the girl, the bachelor contestant, they're like making eye contact over and over again.
Awkward.
And it's just so uncomfortable. And that is so diabolical of those producers to do that to her. Because the bachelor says, she's talked about this Chase guy, so I know she's like interested in his music or whatever.
She likes country.
I'm not sure if she ever did, because she seemed very, very surprised. That very much feels like the producers going up to him and being like, this is her. She told us in her casting interviews that this is her favorite artist, blah, 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 blah. We're going to set it up, when they knew that they had dated before. I'm 100% certain that's what happened.
Dated, I don't think that there's not that much distance between them having dated and this Bachelor show. Like,
that would be a fucking nightmare.
It would
No.
be a
When you're
mindfuck.
talking about like running into your ex, like, do you think that this is a win situation or a lose situation? What do you gauge it? Like,
oh God, if it was me and my ex was, I hate it. I hate it because it puts a weird tainted stain on my current relationship if I end up with this guy, right? Like, we went on a date and my ex sang to it. Like, I don't know. Like, that would live in my brain for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for him, it's a win, I think. Like, he gets to promote his music because he said yes to it. He knew what was happening.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't. But do you think he knew that was who it was going to be?
If he didn't know, he was real cool, calm, and collected when they came down because he did not seem. That's the thing. He almost seemed to be enjoying himself a little bit. That man is a little bit of a red flag, I think. Chase, I got my eye on you because he seemed like he was kind of enjoying himself a little bit, making her feel uncomfortable. She seemed incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I think it's a lose for her unless she wins The Bachelor or unless she gets like a phenomenal Bachelor career out of it, which I don't think she did because I don't know who she is.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to put the L in her column on this
me
one.
too.
God.
Yeah.
Awkward. Really awkward.
Wow.
And but you know, I do feel like if that was me at the age I am now, I don't know, maybe it would have been different when I was in my early 20s, but at the age I am now, the way I would have handled that situation is when he was taking me down and we're like twirling and stuff, I'd be like, you know, that's my ex-boyfriend, right? Like, this is really uncomfortable for me. Like, I would just say that and then you can just kind of laugh about it and have a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what surprised me is that she didn't say anything. That doesn't bode well for any kind of relationship.
Maybe she did afterwards because almost always they like go to dinner after those things. So maybe when they were having dinner.
Yeah. I know I need a follow up though because I was just like, wait, what? It's like you said, Keegan, absolutely diabolical.
Yeah.
Diabolical. No, the way that the producers were like, this is going to be fun.
Reality star producers are a different breed. Ooh. Like, they are a different breed of human, the way that they manufacture things to blow up. Like, I think there was even a show about that. It was like a scripted show called Unreal or something.
Yes, Unreal.
And it was about producing reality.
Yeah. And a very Bachelor style show, I think it was.
I think so. Yeah. And of course, it's all dramatized because it's a very soap opera-ish show. But I believe that. Like, of course, they're setting up situations. I've also heard things on the way that they produce the Real Housewives, just little things that they do to try and cause tension. Like, they'll tell the women different times to arrive at somewhere. So then they'll be like, this person was super late. And of course, it causes like all this drama, but they were really told by production to arrive at different times.
Yeah.
Like, just weird behind the scenes things that to ramp up the drama.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, reality television has had now decades of experience, like on how to generate emotion or drama or tension. I mean, think about
they know what they're doing.
Talk shows.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. The original reality show.
Oh, yes.
That's 100%. Yeah.
Maury, Jerry. Like,
that's where we got the idea. Where
Sally,
they're like,
Jesse.
oh, people love mess. They love it.
it's truly like, it's the mess. It's, getting gossip and getting, other people's drama that's not yours. Always going to be the most entertaining.
And now we do it on TikTok.
Exactly.
Now we do it in 12-part series.
Dude, I saw a 5-part series yesterday of a woman that caught her husband sleeping with his grandma.
No, you didn't.
Why didn't you send that immediately?
Your fucking mouth. What? are you talking about?
With his grandmama.
No.
What are you
She
talking
was on top.
about?
Oh,
Stop.
Christina.
What the fuck are you talking about? What are you,
That detail was
What are
so
you
unnecessary.
talking about? What are you talking about? I
Dude,
can't.
Yeah. And I was like, that's enough internet for today.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that away.
What?
Dude, the shit that you see, the way that people spill their family secrets on that app. Like, do you remember the woman who her husband had like a 6-month affair with her mother?
Oh.
And then her father refused to leave her mother. They moved out together, like to live together. Then her husband and her mother broke up. So her mother got back together with her father. And then her father was like, why can't you forgive her mother? And now she's not allowed at Thanksgiving. Can you believe that?
It's like gaslighting. It's like gaslighting.
Ma'am, I'm so sorry. I can't go on to a new story when you just told me a man was sleeping with his own grandmother.
Yeah. And like she
I
was
need
like
detail.
I
need
He was
background.
always over at her house, like helping out with chores.
Would think
and that
nothing
kind
of
thing.
it.
Would think nothing of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, would be like, oh,
Wouldn't.
that's so sweet. He's got a good relationship with his grandma.
Correct. And then he like was telling her that he was going to have a whole bunch of people like over to the house. So like she's like prepping stuff. Like their whole families, both sides are there, and he goes to propose, and then the grandmother faints. And so then like she didn't even have a chance to answer.
Yeah.
And so they pick the grandma up. She's like, I'm fine. And then she like locks eyes with the fiance and then does this like devilish smile. And so then the fiance is like, that's fucking weird. Like, then goes to talk to her fiance and is like, dude, I'm getting weird vibes from your grandma. I think she fainting. And so then the guy is like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that's my grandma, like blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm so pissed at you. I'm going to go over to her house. And so like, this chick's like, whatever. We're breaking up. Like, this is ridiculous.
There's something weird going on.
Something weird's going on. Well, the grandma lives like 2 hours away. And so
Okay, I take it back then. If he was over at her house all the time and she lives 2 hours away, that's a little different.
That's different. Yeah. And so she's like, can't shake this nagging suspicion that's like something is weird, right? So she's like, checks his location and sees that he's at his grandma's house. So she drives the fucking 2 hours over there, ends up like stopping at the store, runs into one of the cousins who like doesn't know that she's broken up with Dude Face yet, and is like, oh yeah, no, I was gonna go head over to the grandma's house. And the cousin was like, yeah, it's so weird. Like, I was just there, or I was going to go there, and she shooed me out really quick. Like, she's like, you have to get out of here. That kind of thing. It was like really weird. So she goes over and she sees her ex-fiance's car over there. Yeah. She's still able to get into the grandma's house. She hears thumping in the back room.
Christina. No.
She goes to the door. She can hear her ex like moaning grandmother's name. She opens the door, and the grandma is writing the dude.
I'm speechless. I'm sorry. I don't have word like that.
I think that's the worst.
The amount of therapy that you would need if you walked in on that.
Start?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
1,000,000 questions.
That
like,
is so disgusting.
Is this some like weird grooming shit that's been happening since?
Yeah, it's awful, right? And I'm like, I didn't watch the creator's 5-part series. Now. Do you know that one creator that does the recaps of? She's like, I watched that 5-part series, so you don't have to. Here's what went down. So I watched her recap of that 5-part series, and I was invested. But I'm like, is that his blood grandmother, or like
I mean,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I do have questions. But it's really disgusting either way. Like, really, really gross. Oh, wow. Yeah,
That's the worst one. I thought the worst one before that, of course, there's the Who the Fuck Did I Marry? But also, I watched another one where a wife found out that her 2-year-old niece was actually her husband's daughter.
I don't.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, people, I can't.
Why we don't need fiction. Real life is so fucking.
And this
That's
is why I
insane.
side eye everybody on the street.
Everyone.
I do, because I'm just like, you could be fucking your grandma. I don't know.
That is the worst. I did see a woman though on TikTok today that was talking about how her husband is the father of their neighbor's child. And,
yeah.
Girl, so much.
But keeping it in the family, that's a new level. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't fucking like any of that.
Yeah, that's
That's
why reality television is so big, because it's like there's no way that a TV show writer's room would think of the dude is fucking his grandma.
It would be too far. Like, this is why soap operas exist. Because soap operas are like pre-reality show mess. You know what I mean? Because they would write something like that in.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
For sure.
have him fucking his grandma. Like, just throw that in there.
I
you know
think
what I
that
mean?
might be too far for even a soap
I don't think
opera.
so.
I do not. You'd have to know for a fact, like, the only way that could fly is, like, that is, like,
a step.
not his real grandmother.
Like
it's, like, somebody who married his grandfather.
Yes,
they
that's
didn't meet
definitely.
until she was, like, 25.
I'm certain that's happened on a soap opera before. Where it's like, your grandpa married a woman who's 20 years younger than him, and then you had an affair with her. Yeah.
But it ain't his grandma.
Oh,
yeah.
It ain't his Mimi.
Oh. Yeah, you know what? We are 22 minutes into this Shorty episode, and we have not told a
so
single
much for
story.
short.
I know. Seriously.
It's becoming a longie.
Oh, boy.
God.
Okey-dokey.
Boy.
Let's move on, shall we?
All right. I've got a story. Okay. She says, he asked me to a sold-out concert that I had really wanted to go to but didn't manage to get tickets to. When we get there, it became apparent that he didn't actually have tickets and was hoping to buy them from a scalper outside the venue.
Don't do that.
He managed to find somebody selling some and realized he couldn't afford two, so only purchased one for himself. He went in and left me outside to make my way home.
Wow. What a piece of shit.
It's just not attractive. Like, even if you'd managed to find two tickets, it's just not attractive to take me out and not be prepared. Yeah.
Ugh.
Also, my anxiety would rev up immediately. If we were on our way to the venue and he's like, I actually don't have tickets, I'd be like,
No, well, you know what? Just,
yeah, I'm going to go
around.
home. Yeah.
Turn around.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay.
Drop me off at this Chili's.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get a triple dipper and go home.
Exactly. Okay. I was out with some work friends one night and got to talking to someone at the bar. He knew my best friend's boyfriend well, and we ended up talking all night. He was gorgeous, funny, liked the same music, etc. And when it came to kicking out time, we sat in my car talking and kissing until the sun came up. It was the days before cell phones, and my poor mom was at home absolutely frantic that something had happened to me. We made arrangements to meet on the Tuesday night that week. I was still floating on air on the Monday when we went back to work until I met my best friend at lunchtime and told her about my perfect evening. She looked at me in absolute horror and said, what the fuck was I doing with the guy whose wedding she was going to next weekend?
No.
Whoa.
No.
Well, what
messy,
the fuck?
messy.
Whoa.
What is that wife thinking when dude face doesn't come home?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Before their wedding.
I don't know.
I don't like it.
People are sneaky.
I don't like it. Picked a girl up once to take her to a movie. Met on Facebook, by the way. About a mile down the road, she says, "Oh, I forgot my pocket knife. I laughed, thinking she was just making a nervous joke. She was dead serious, so I made a U-turn, drove back to her house so she could get what she needed. She walked in the house, and when I tell you, I've never drove off on someone so fast in my life.
You need your pocket knife on you?
Shit, I forgot my pocket knife. Why?
Why do you need it?
Why do you need it?
What do you need that for?
Oh,
What are you,
no.
a 70-year-old man? Like,
Okay. It started with her showing up high on mushrooms with 2 extra friends. One a straight girl she was clearly in love with, and got us kicked out of the bar after she swapped fake pretending to eat my pussy on the dance floor for yelling at the DJ and then crying when the bouncer stepped on her foot while ejecting us.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
a sentence.
that's-
That is a full
she's on
sentence.
shrooms.
that is.
Like once
Yeah.
I remembered
Yeah.
she was on
Yeah.
shrooms, I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. Like the crying from getting
Yeah.
stepped on is very shroomy behavior, you know?
Just wait. Here's the second sentence.
Oh, no.
That was the first hour of a 6-hour course of events
Girl, go
that
home.
included hiding from gunfire in the back of a stick shift Yaris
No.
and
no.
wingmanning for a scaly outside a popped collar club.
What is that
Yaris
even
driver?
mean?
I don't know any
Like-
of those words.
As a Yaris driver, that is the least gangster car of all time. Like, how are you in a shootout? Like in a Yaris. That's crazy.
How are you in the back seat of a Yaris?
Do you know
That is crazy.
Do you know how many times I had to read that and I still don't understand what the fuck
What
happened?
happened? No, that
The
shouldn't be a
color-
Shorty story. That needs to be a Longy story. That
Yeah.
needs to be, I need all the
I need
details.
more.
How did this progress? Why did you stay this long if the first hour was already starting off that way? You know what I mean? Not, 6 hours? No.
Bonkers.
That person knows how to pitch, because if I'm a movie studio exec, I'm like, greenlit. Yep.
Yeah.
Here's a blank check. Go and make it. We got
Make
a
it
hand on
happen.
our hand.
2 sentences. Elevator pitch. Go.
Oh my God. Incredible.
Oh, you got
Okay.
it.
I went on a date with a guy who worked in the city, and we went out for a fancy dinner. He insisted on paying, even though I was more than happy to split, so I said I'd leave a nice tip. As I was walking out, I turned around and saw him stuffing the cash I'd left behind in his
Oh.
back pocket. Needless to say, we didn't
Ugh.
see each other again.
No, you can't. Do
Oh,
you know how fucking
hate that.
classless it is
So
to,
shitty.
to steal a tip?
And if I saw him do that, first of all, I'd call him out on it. Second of all, I would make sure I go hand the waiter or server.
Yeah, give me the money
fucking
back. I'll
tip.
go give it to her.
Yeah.
And also, it's just like, it's weird behavior because he had the money to take her to a fancy restaurant. Like, he doesn't need that money. It's so strange.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh,
It's
hate that.
tacky.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross. Well, I got a shorty here for you guys. I went on a Tinder date where the guy pulled out a ukulele and sang First Date by Blink-182.
Oh,
Oh,
on a ukulele?
On
oh
a ukulele.
no.
No, I'm sorry.
Have you guys seen that fucking guitar player guy that's popping off on TikTok this week that's on his tiptoes?
Oh, yes, I
Yes.
did. Yeah, that's funny.
No, I
That's what it
don't.
Or I
makes
think
you
I
think
saw
of.
someone making fun of him.
Yes.
That's what
yeah.
I saw.
You'll be married in the year.
Oh my God, I totally know what you're talking about. I saw
I love
her
TikTok.
do it. So I had to go down the rabbit hole to find the original. I was like,
God.
oh, that's okay.
The
It's real.
comments and the
Oh.
parodies of this fucking guy send me to the moon when people are like on their tippy toes and then floating.
They start floating. That's the one that I saw. Yeah.
Ugh.
So bad. Oh no. Well, I'll tell you what, if you guys have a story, be it short or long, if you want to just reach out and say hello, if you want to, I don't know, talk about The Bachelor with us, just go to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstdatepodcast.com. And we love you so much.
Cheers.